In 1970, the average worker in the United States worked 1,857 hours per year. And that
And
includes
for
both.
those of you who don't have this number committed to memory, 2080 hours is what you would work if every single week you worked 40 hours a week.
Yes.
So that number is a little bit below what every worker would be working if they worked 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year.
Yeah, and the reason that this is a little bit lower than that is because this includes both full-time and part-time workers. In 1970, that figure was below nearly every single one of our peer nations. So we worked nearly 100 hours less per year than the French, so slightly more than 10 working days, right, of 8-hour days, less than the French. Nearly 200 hours less than, more than 100 hours less than the Germans, nearly 200 hours less per year than the Italians, nearly 400 hours less than the Japanese, and nearly 500 hours per year less than the average Irish worker. That's several days up to several weeks less time, just measured in sort of 24 hours rather than in 8-hour work days, than basically any of our peer nations, those that are sort of at the same stage of economic development as the United States. By 2017, we worked an average of 1,742 hours per year. So it did go down, part of that long-term secular decline that I talked about just since the Industrial Revolution. But by 2017, every single one of those peer nations that I just mentioned worked fewer hours than workers in the United States. Today, we work nearly 100 hours more per year than the average Canadian, nearly 250 hours more per year than the French, and more than 400 hours per year more than the average German worker. The Irish, who just 50 years ago worked 500 hours more per year than we did, they worked 11 hours less than us on average in 2017. So we saw a small decline in our number of working hours, and basically every single one of our peer nations saw a much greater decline. They have much more time to do things, even as their national incomes, their GDP, and their GDP per capita have increased substantially since that time period.